Hello, hello, hello. Oh, my hair has been looking a little bit wonky today, but that's all good. Keeping it real. How is everyone doing? Let me know. Ooh, hair is looking so weird. So basically, I walked in from a really heavy rain today. So my hair is actually looking a little bit strange because it's been under a hat all day. So it's not the usual um, little bangs that I usually have. So please pardon the hair mishap. But otherwise, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today or on the replay, wherever you are. Thank you for being here. And if you're on the replay, let me know, hashtag replay. And if you have any comments or questions regarding what I'm going to be sharing, of course, please feel free to share that in the comment section and I'll definitely get back to you. All right. So today is hopefully going to be a quick one. I really wanted to jump on here to share something that I've really learned as an experience for myself. As with a lot of things happening in my life, I am such a my mentorship and my teachings and my guidance are so much it's defined by so much of my own experience. And if you do human design, obviously you would know I have a line 6. So that means, I am the sage and the wise woman, and a lot of the wisdom comes with really actually having gone through what I had to go through in order for me to share my wisdom. So in that sense, it's always been such a learning journey for me. And one of the things that I really wanted to bring onto today's conversation is really about how we can embrace change. And if this is your first time seeing me, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Ling. I am a Cha Dao ceremonial keeper. Cha Dao is also known as the Way of Tea, and I am a spiritual mentor to multidimensional feminine leaders who are here to truly awaken to their cosmic magnificence and lead the world with love and their amazing impact that they're here to really create. So a lot of that for me in my world really, really, really is to me so important, um, to have it founded upon a solid vortex of stillness. And what that means is that this vortex of stillness is actually yes, a higher state of consciousness, but because you are so multidimensional, you absolutely are able to tap into your intuition. You're able to receive the divine downloads that are coming through you. You're already feeling the energetic shifts before anyone else, and you have to really be the one to integrate these energetic movements when it is formless, before you can actually translate that and share that with your audience, with your people, with humanity, in order to guide them and to lead them to take the next step into the changes that are happening so that they are able to navigate that. And to do that, oftentimes you actually have to have gone first. You would have probably gone through your own experience in terms of how the energy shifted, how the energy felt for you, how the seismic shifts perhaps happened for you before you can actually share that with everyone else. And one of the things I really, really, not just personally, but also guiding clients through, that I noticed so much of, is that, like many of you, I have had moments where things did not go the way I wanted it to go, right? We call them challenges, we call them disintegrations, we call them canceled plans. And as light leaders are wont to do, we because we get this, we know this, right? If this is something you haven't heard before, I would love for you to invite you to really tune into this, as whether it lands for you, whether it stirs up some remembrance of the soul for you. But everything And if you need proof, science, quantum science has also said this, everything is energy. And so when something goes awry, when something, feels challenging, when something annoys me or triggers me, or if something actually just releases from my life and it was very unexpected, or it felt like, oh, why did that happen? I thought it was going really well. Um, I would obviously have my human moments, let's be real, but I can quite quickly suss out that whatever that's happening that feels really challenging and really frustrating, or really just not appetizing, right? I can quite quickly suss out that this is happening to mirror back something to me about my current state of energy. Has anyone gone through this, and does anyone know what I'm saying? Like, let me know in the comment section. But to me, and this is something I guide my clients through very, very deeply, because there are so many layers to this. I know that what's happening in my outer reality is a reflection of my inner realm. There is something that is in me that is being expressed as the distortion in the energy field for me, and is now manifested in the physical form. And it is a great thing that it is, to be honest, even though it doesn't feel very good to have it, let's be real. But when we are able to catch it, when we're able to have that emotion, that sharp instinctual emotion of like, okay, I don't like that. Or like, that's triggering, that's annoying, that's not good, I hate this, I don't like this. What we must do as light leaders is to suss it out and remember. And this is why I say to all my clients, remember, this is a feedback. It's merely a feedback about where we stand energetically. And what we can do is for us to really take on that sovereign power, to reclaim our power and say, right, what is it about my energy that I need to shift? What is it in me that is asking to be awakened through this experience, so that I can continue to move forward to create the ideal reality that I would desire to have in my field right now? And it is absolutely possible. This is something I go really, really deep in my mentorship spaces, in the Quiet Revolution, in at Mystery Skate, and in my one-to-one mentorship spaces, Dragon Clouds. Because it really doesn't just go with like, okay, yeah, I intellectually get it. Yes, it's a feedback. Okay, I'll sit back and be like really cool with everything, and whatever happens that is not my in like, it doesn't make me feel good, I'm gonna change it. Like, if we could be that, we're all masters. We're all masters, right? But what I really want to emphasize here before I go further into this topic is that I want you to know, all of us, including me, all of us are here on an ever evolving journey of mastering our energy, of mastering our destiny. When you can master your energy, you can absolutely create the reality you desire in the way that you desire. And this is a mastery that is refined over time, over experience. It's refined over and over again. So this is not, and I say this with all the love in the world, it is not a destination to get to. It's not an achievement to reach. It's not a peak to climb to and say, yep, I stuck my flag here, I got here, now let's go, let's check that off. It's not. It's an ongoing, ever evolving, limitless journey. And we can take it as far as we decide to take it. And so when we come into this space, and I work with beautiful multidimensional women who really, really have the desire to create an impact with their embodied wisdom, with their anchoring energy, because there's something so powerful about a woman who says, I'm here for the journey. I'm here to bring light to the world. And I know I'm going to be devoted to this path, and it's going to take some time, but I'm here for it. There's something so powerful about that. And as we evolve our consciousness, we're not meant to do this alone. When we have more consciousness vibrating at a higher level together, then we have a collective power to bring humanity up to the next dimension. We are already doing it. Whether you're conscious of it or not, there's always that, if you're a conscious leader, you already know, okay, I'm devoting myself to mastering this. And that's where my clients come in. They want to work with me in order to bring the consciousness to the next level. And not just that, but embody that, to be the presence, to be the walking, talking, living example, so that they can inspire others, not just from words or like some kind of quick fix it solution, but rather to really walk with them as they evolve, and they evolve at the same time or at a different level, but equally treating each other with the respect of, I see your power, even though you haven't activated it yet, I can see it. I'll dive deeper into this, but right now, to come back to moments when it feels challenging, disintegrating, and your plans are cancelled or things didn't work out the way that you wanted it to. When we are like, what we do as a light leader is like, okay, everything is energy, and this is mirroring back to me what my current state of energy is. So here is the crucial point that I want to bring up, is that things can easily go awry because your spiritual ego may like unconsciously sneak in and you don't even notice this. And I actually experienced this myself, and I can tell you, when I woke up from it, when I could see with clarity, it's like, oh my God, I need to share this. So here's the crucial point. And I want to ask you this question. When you are in that state of like, okay, everything is mirroring back to me, my current state of consciousness and my current state of energy, am I consciously aware of the energy that is at play? And I'm going to see it as a mere feedback. And I'm going to go and feel into it and start to alchemize the blocks of energy in me. And I speak in this way with my clients as well, because what we do is that I'm all about integrating the mind, body, and spirit. So when we can see this, when we become consciously aware of the energy pattern at play here, what we actually do is that we go to the body, we take it to the body, and we start to really feel the vibrations in the body. And sometimes it can be in the outer auric field as well, but most of the time it is in the physical body, and we start to do the transmutation there and attunement and all of that in here. And there is no need to have long sessions of therapy. There's no need to get into the story of it. We just want to get out of the mental, the logical mind as soon as possible, and get straight into the energy. And it shows up as a vibration, and the vibration shows up as like maybe a kink in the body, like a pain in the shoulder, or an aching pain in the back, or in around the kidney area. Like all of these things are very, 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 very important to tell you where the energy block is. And we start to do the work there. So we do that together in the mentorship spaces, which is really cool. Like the incredible amount of results we get is just beyond. So if this is something for you, please reach out to me and we can talk about it and see where you're at. So back to this. I want you to be consciously aware of how you receive this. When you see it for what it is, do you see it as like a mere feedback and you get to work? Or do you start to wander down the rabbit hole by the hand of the trickster, aka spiritual ego? Let me explain this. When it goes awry is when you start to take it all personally. You might get thoughts like, maybe I'm not ready for this. Maybe it's out of alignment. maybe I made the wrong decision to trust this mentor. Maybe I'm not in an energetic match for this, or you get into an anger state where you're like, they don't understand me, I don't belong here. It is probably more aligned to just stop everything, and rather than feel so extremely uncomfortable about the whole thing, or like it shouldn't be this hard, and you get into this sorrowful state of like, it shouldn't be this hard, I don't understand it, if it's aligned, why is it so hard? You get the idea. So this is where I want to say, with love, so much love, that I really want to point this out, like without a doubt, with so much certainty. I want you to know that this is where you may have unconsciously fallen into the victim archetype of an energy healer, an energy worker, where you have forgotten that you are the creator of your own experience. And as that creator, it's really important for you to feel it all. Absolutely, we want to feel it all, like whatever that's coming up that's challenging, and the sadness, the sorrow, the words that we can put out there, the emotions. But remember this, emotions are attached to a story that is attached to the mind. And the mind is designed to keep you safe. The mind is designed like a protective mother, making sure that you're good, you're not gonna, you're gonna survive. That's what it does. That's the extent of what it can do. Now I'm talking about the logical mind, the lower mind. But if you can switch on the super consciousness, the higher mind, that's where we want to take the mind. That's what we want to retrain, recalibrate the mind to be. We want it to be the truth of what it is, the full potential of it, actually limitless potential of it, which is the super conscious mind, where it can really access the codes of your highest self and really work with you as the creator, as the soul, as the highest self, to create the experience that you desire, to express your divinity, to express your light, your highest expression. And it needs to come out of you as you allow it, as much as you can allow it. So when we get into a state of the victim archetype, we start to get into this really deep, like just sinking sand, like a quicksand of thinking that, oh, because it's energy, it's my energy, then I am the one at fault here, and this is, and trust me, I've been there so many times. I've definitely been there. And I have to tell you, like, this is the moment when I'm like, I fully caught on to you, trickster, and I'm gonna embrace you. I know what you're trying to do. And I'm gonna decide right now to release you, to release all the untruths. They are not my truth, because I remember myself as the creator of my experience. I remember myself as the one who is of the oneness consciousness, the one who is here, and ultimately there is only one of me here. Everything else is a reflection of my inner state, yes. And when things come up, I know that they have a higher purpose, yes, but I don't need to figure out what it is. All I have to do is really go to the space, that place in me that needs me now, to be with that feeling, that charge, that tension. And then that's where I love into it more. I love into myself even more. Then I can see as the highest self that this vibration is a feedback. It's a feedback loop. It's telling me this is where you're here to grow. This is where you need to grow. This is where you expand yourself. This is where, in the work we do, I call it building your energy circuits. So when you go to the place where you feel the charge, the anger that's happening in you is actually vibrating in a specific part of your body. When we go there and we do the alchemical work, what we are actually doing is that we are activating that meridian, we are activating that nadin, we're activating that circuit. And when that part is awakened, energy flows, chi is flowing, then we can actually open our eyes and see reality differently. We will gain a perspective that is wider than before. We will gain a perspective of the higher state of consciousness, because now the mind and the body and your spirit are working together. The flow is happening. All right, that's the best way I can put it in the simplest terms. Obviously, this will go deeper when we work together, but it's so freaking powerful. I've seen my clients shift from overthinking to truly spirited and free and so alive and loving and all embracing. It's just incredible to see this work being taken out there, and being in ceremony and working with tea spirit has been such a divine companion on the journey, because now we have a plant medicine, a very ancient plant medicine, who is here to assist us to access the parts of us that words can't even convey, that I can't even go to. But when we are in that ceremony that I facilitate and lead, we're able to really harvest the non-verbal transmission, the light codes, the source codes that are dropping in through this beautiful plant. So I just want you to know this. Growth and self-evolution await us. There's no question about it. We are all poised for a quantum leap. And there is so much power in vulnerability and reflection when we are able to be objective and ever self-loving. Don't ever stop that. Always go deeper, go deeper, and go deeper. If you feel like I don't even know what that even means, connect with me, DM me, let's have a chat, okay? What I really want you to know is that when we are the master of our energy, we are the master of our destiny. And this is not saying it in a way of like, oh, you go make things happen in the linear 3D sense of the word. No, no, no. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that you can very quickly hop back into the director's seat of your life when you ever find yourself being pushed out, like, ooh, wait, I got blindsided by anger or sorrow or disappointment, hopelessness. You get to jump back in very quickly, because you very quickly suss out that, okay, that's not actually what the label is. It's actually just a vibration. And I want to work with that vibration, because that vibration is going to lead me to my next level, to my expansion. So when you do that, you're ever going to be elevating your consciousness, and you will always be embodying more of your highest self, the frequency of the highest self, that which is truly who you are. So I just want to bring this up today because it's so important that I want you to know this, because so many of you can so easily just give up on this journey. Like I almost did, like I thought that I'm not cut out for all the things, or in a relationship and business and all of things. But once I really figured it out, when I really saw it and I did the things, all the things I just said to you, by the way, it was all about energy building, energy circuit building, really clearing some of the things that are blocking me from seeing, and then starting to really awaken the energy that is going to elevate me to the next level. I realized that really growth is what you do. And when you do that as the highest self, it gets to be so much fun, no matter what the external circumstances look like. You know you've got this. So this is something I would love for you to look at today. Are you unconsciously playing out the victim archetype of the light leader? Like, are you the victim of energy work? because energy work is here to support us. It's never meant to make you feel bad or that you have to give up or say this is not, no, no, no. Whenever you get into that state, it's easy for you to actually, now that you have heard this from me, to suss out, maybe the trickster is at play here. Because my soul would never talk to me like that. My highest self would never criticize me like that. Whether it is in alignment or not, ultimately you have to be the one to decide. You have to decide, is this in alignment for me? And sometimes, and I always say this, is that what is that which is in alignment is not always easy. And that is one of the greatest myths that New Age has really, propagated. What is in alignment doesn't always feel easy. But one thing I can guarantee you is what is in alignment is going to stretch you. And when you are devoted to growth and expansion and evolution, you're going to have so much more fun. It's going to stretch you. It's going to expand you to be a bigger person, bigger heart, bigger mind, bigger soul. It's definitely going to do that. What it cannot be guaranteed is that it's going to be easy. It may not. It probably usually is not. But when you come through it, you're such a different person. And you embody more love, you embody more light, and you don't actually you no longer carry the fear of the darkness of the unknown, the uncertainty. You no longer carry that because you know that it's part of it. It's just part of the game. And even when I say fear, it's a vibrational frequency. And that is something that I've spoken of before as well. It's a vibrational frequency that we label fear, and somehow it became a really quote unquote bad thing. But actually, it's an excess of energy here in your solar plexus that is ready to expand. It wants you to grow. It wants to be let out. More energy means more elevation, more up leveling. And when it feels like fear, when it feels paralyzing, when it feels like anxiety, that's only because you're not allowing it to flow. You're not allowing it to run. You're not allowing it to be free. And if you ask yourself like deeply, all the things that you really want to create, the impact you want to do, and how you want to live your life, if you really ask yourself and the answer comes up with freedom, like for me, a lot of it really, the answer is always, why do I want to do this? I want freedom. What I want in my life, I want freedom. And if I get down to it, it's like, can I be grateful for the freedom I can feel right now? Yes. Can I actually feel like I'm locking up something here and therefore I feel like I don't have freedom? Yes. Okay. Where in my body am I feeling it? And I go to the vibrational center and I start to really unpack it from there. I don't unpack it as a story, but I unpack it as an energy pattern. So before I end, I hope you're having a beautiful weekend. I want to let you know that this is something that I'm so passionate about. I can talk about it forever, but just to let you know, I have guided many multidimensional women to anchor in their light and embody their cosmic wisdom as they elevate their consciousness, and I am so ready to welcome more of you. If this work is for you and you desire to master your energy, to lead, create impact, and love life while doing it, let's talk. My work is so much about it, like really building a solid foundation that I call the vortex of stillness, so that you can embrace change no matter what the external circumstances are, because we will all go on this evolutionary journey. We will be hitting some rocks, and we'll probably walk into a cave and we need to figure out a way out. I'm here for it. I know you're going to rise. I know you're going to reach the peak. What I'm interested in is to walk with you towards that. So let's have a chat if this is for you. If any of the mentorships are, something of your interest, like I said, I've got Dragon Clouds one-to-one mentorship. It runs for options of 4 months, 6 months, and 12 months. And I have the Quiet Revolution. It's a beautiful group where you can come in and we will have a beautiful community of just chatting and being with each other. And then we have ceremonies and activations. And I have at Mysteries Gate as well, which is at 6 months now. It's a mentorship space as well, quite similar to that setup, but you also have an access to a mastermind. So I'm really, really excited. Lots to play with. And if you feel like maybe you're not so ready for that yet, I've got you. I've got the highest self activation right now on sale. So if you want the link for that, reach out to me as well. Thank you so much for staying all the way to the end of this beautiful conversation. I hope you took something out of it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you very soon.